What's going on, everybody? What's going on? Welcome to Sports the Geek. I'm your host, Errol Ladabadir. What can I say? What can I say? Those of you who know or may not know, um, you know, the Yankees got their asses handed to them by the Boston Red Sox this weekend. Yep, pretty much. So, just embarrassing. Um, uh, I don't even know what to say at this point. Um, you know, you see that the team has a greatness about them. They have so much potential to win a World Series. Bring the chip back home to the Bronx, and there's definitely holes and gaps that need to be filled to kind of correct what they're going through right now. And Boston exposed that this weekend. I mean, they lost to Baltimore earlier in the year. That kind of exposed a couple of things too, but it's kind of early in the season. So you're like, well, there's about 66% of baseball left. You're a little bit over the third mark right now. So the good thing is the trade deadline is not till July 31st. So they can fix these issues. And the issues I'm talking about is simple. First base, possibly second base, and third base, and the bullpen. That's the biggest issues I see going on right now. There's other things that they can fill, but if they can patch first and third, or first and second, whatever you want to do, or second and third, figure it out. I'm sorry to say, but DJ LeMahieu is no longer the answer. Rizzo looks like he's headed to the IL, which is another topic I'm going to talk about. He got injured last night, colliding with the first baseman for Boston. Grabbed his wrist as he was rolling on the ground. So it could be an issue there, which isn't a bad thing. I do feel sorry for Rizzo. I don't wish anybody or any player hurt. But this was a need. This is a position the Yankees have not been getting any production out of. So without getting rid of Rizzo, trading him, or benching him, this bad thing could be a good thing because now they can actually address the issue without insulting a clubhouse leader. So they say. Um, you know, I think Rizzo's a tough guy. I think a lot of the athletes are tough guys. I don't think he's faking anything, but right now, he's good friends with Aaron Judge from what I hear. It kind of bothers me that these guys would, I can't picture Judge telling Hal, don't trade Rizzo because we're buddies. Like, bro, these are grown ass men. These are men that are they're being paid to win a championship. So if there's holes or gaps that need to be addressed or, adjusted or tweaked, I'm sorry, man. You can hang out with your boy in the offseason or hang out with him and go visit the city he's playing in or whatever. I don't get that. I don't get how you would say don't do this or don't do that to ownership. Not that I know that he's doing that, but if they're afraid to upset the clubhouse chemistry because they need to go get a first baseman or a second baseman or a third baseman, I don't know what you're talking about. Soto might not be back. We want him to be back. I think he'll be back. There's only certain teams that can pay him. I think we're one of them. But we don't know for sure. We don't know for sure. So it's now or never. The team is this close. You can feel it to a championship. They just need minor tweaks. And if you told me last year the Yankees are going to be in this position without Garrett Cole, without Scott Efros, without some key players, I'd be like, you're kidding me. But with minor tweaks, little adjustments here and there, man, we're going to be the team to beat. So I don't understand why these things aren't being addressed. If I was Cashman, I'd be doing this now. I'd be on the phone. Let's get Tanner Scott. There's a power throwing lefty. Scott Efros is on his way back. There's a power throwing righty. Maybe we want to pick up another power throwing righty. I don't know. But I don't think that Gonzalez and Ferguson, as well as he's pitching now, I don't think they're the answer on the left-handed side of the bullpen. Canley, I don't know. He just got back from injury. I don't know if Tommy Canley's Tommy Canley. But the bullpen for the past week has been atrocious. And, we can praise them when they're doing great, and we're going to, critically, call them out when they're not. We've been giving Gleyber Torres time. DJ LeMahieu just came back, so maybe give him another 10 to 20 at bats. That's his spring training. But I don't think these guys, the Yankees, are getting production out of first base, third base. Whether LeMahieu plays third or first, I don't think that's the answer. So, and Gleyber Torres, I mean, he's looking pathetic with the at-bats. Bases loaded last night. Nobody out. Gleyber swings at a ball that's in the dirt, out of the pitcher's hand. Come on, give me a break. Trevino, nothing, strikes out. And then LeMahieu pops up to center. Seriously? We could have busted the game open right there. Busted the game wide open. Change momentum. Not to mention, Boston exposed a couple flaws I didn't realize the Yankees had. I didn't realize Trevino was that bad at throwing people out. The Yankees are now in history books because Boston stole 9 stolen bases off the Yankees last night. 9 stolen bases. And if you think the rest of Major League Baseball is now attuned to how you can beat the Yankees, well, there's the secret. The secret's out the bag. If LeMahieu's catching, you can run on him. You can steal a base, steal a couple bags. It's a surefire way of getting a guy from first to second or second to third, hit a pop fly and a deep pop fly and score a guy from first and get some runs on the board early. If you think Baltimore is not taking notes on that, which they play them tomorrow, you got another thing coming. It's bad. That's bad. That's bad that these flaws are coming up now, but we're seeing them. Thank the Lord before the trade deadline. And like I said, these things can be adjusted. They can be fixed with 2 or 3 minor trades. Listen, you're already paying money. You're already over the tax bracket. What's 20, 30 million more? Seriously. What I mean by that is if they acquire 2 or 3 players at 15 million, they're going to be paying about 30 for them. Might as well you go all in now and see if you can win. And then next year you can reset. You got a ton of guys coming off the books. All these people you're trading for, probably 1-year rentals, they come off the books, and you reset that salary, that luxury tax. You reset it out. And we're good. But you got to make a run. You need a power throwing lefty, another power throwing righty in the bullpen. Either of those should possibly be a closer or close to a closer, so you can help Clay Holmes if he's faltering. Clay Holmes has blown 4 saves already. We're only a third through the year, through the season. So you can predict another 4 to 8 more blown saves. That's 12 on the year. If you're just going by what he's done now. I mean, baseball is weird. It could change. He might not blow any more saves. Who the hell knows? I don't know. I'm just going by what I know now. So these are the issues the Yankees need to address. They need to address these issues. And I'm only hoping that they address these issues, because if they don't, we're right back where we started last year, where we started off great and faltered come the second half. And I don't see why would you bring Soto on board, make all these changes, sign Stroman, sign Rodon, build this staff, alter the bullpen, only let it blow up and not make news because we're possibly at a salary cap, so-called. Just go for it, man. Go. I'm pleading for the Yankees to go for it. So, in other news, the Yankees might have 2 people going on the IL. Jason Dominguez is injured, possibly an oblique strain. We don't know yet. They're still running some tests. And because of Rizzo's injury, he might be going to the IL. So, right there, yes, you already have an issue at first base because there wasn't any production, but now you've definitely lost first base. And I'm sorry, subbing LeMahieu there is not the answer. So this is what I predict the Yankees are going to do. They're going to let LeMahieu play first in the next, I say, week or 2, right? I say right up until about the July 4th weekend. And then they're going to get their answer. They're going to see what LeMahieu can do in the next 2 weeks. Because at that point, they should be reaching out to teams saying, hey, we need a first baseman. Period. Rizzo's now platoon. He's platoon. I'm not saying you have to trade him. And listen, I know this is easier said than done because they have to pay these guys, right? LeMahieu's making $14 million. Rizzo's making $17 million. So how do you bench these guys? Giancarlo's looking pitiful as well. We were hoping Dominguez was right around the corner. He was tearing the ball up in AAA. And he goes, and now he's injured. So we don't know. We can only pray that he's going to be okay and get right back to it, positive rehab stint, and hopefully get back up here before the end of August to help the team out. Wishful thinking, a lot of stuff going on. I don't know. Maybe it's crazy. It's crazy. And for those of you saying, "Hey, Errol, shut up," the Yankee record is great. I'm not discounting that. The Yankee record is great. But if you're watching these games, if you're a fan of sports, if you're a fan of the Yankees, and this is what we do here at Sports Geek, it's all Yankee talk all day. If you see what's happening out there and you can't say to yourself, that's a flaw. That's another flaw. That could be fixed a little bit. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? Right? The goal is to win championships. The goal is to get better. Think about this, people, you and your lives, me and my life. Your goal as a human being is to try to be a better person. Try to get to a better place in your life. Try to be nicer to others. Just try and be a better human being. That same concept should apply in everything you do in life. Be nicer to your neighbors. Be nice to people you hate. You'll be surprised. People who don't like you, you're nice to them. They're going to be like, "Why is he nice to me? I can't stand this dude." It might change how they look at things, regardless. I'm not saying completely let somebody beat you to a pulp and crap all over you all day long, but I'm just saying these principles should apply to everything you do. And it's no different in running a business or running a franchise or a brand like the Yankees. It's a brand. Why would you not want to have the best brand? Why? Why would you not want to put the best product on the field despite the cost? Because you're going to make it back. You're going to make that money back. The Yankees are a global team. You win a chip, there's going to be t-shirts, hats, I can go on, mugs, lunch boxes, posters, videos. You name it, they're going to reel in the cash. So why not put your best foot forward and see where you end up? Even if you get to the chip and fail, which means you didn't win, but at least you got there. You got there, man. And now you can address how to make it even better the following year. What did you learn from that failure? What needs to be addressed? So that's all I got to say. They need to address the bullpen. I think 2 more power throwing righties, power throwing lefty, and we're good. And hopefully one of those righties or lefties can help out closing if possible. Weaver's been good. Ferguson's starting to come around. Who else we got in there? That's it. Marinaccio's pretty good. So we've got some young guys in the minors we could probably bring up. Jack Neely, maybe it's his time to come up. I don't know. Guys in AA. You saw what Garrett Cole did in his rehab game. Struck out 10 in AAA. That's the difference in Major League Baseball and the minors. The dude struck out 10 in 4 innings. Now, not every single Major League pitcher is like Garrett Cole, so on and so forth, but you see the degree of difficulty facing a professional Major League ball player, and then you're in the minor leagues trying to hit that. It's tough. So, do we have people in the minors that can come up? I know next year we're going to have a couple people ready. Caleb Ferguson can play second base. Yorbit Vivas can play second base. Maybe Ben Weiss is going to come up. He's tearing up he's not a great defensive first baseman, but he can hit. I think Austin Wells has been a disappointment. That guy's supposed to be able to hit. Now, maybe it's because Trevi's getting more time than him, or I don't know what's going on, but he's not hitting up here. He's not. So if anything, he should be killing himself to get better. Swinging at nonsense sometimes. I don't even understand it. So our catching right now, to me, is also another problem. If you can steal 9 bases on Trevino, what's that telling the rest of the league? You need a catcher, right? I don't care how good these guys are framing. You need a guy with a cannon arm. I don't know. I don't know. But I don't have much to say this week. I was hoping to come on here and talk about how great they are. And don't get me wrong, they're a good team. But when you see little things like this, it makes you wonder, you know, we need a little bit of adjusting to really get to, we need some more seasoning in the pot to get to where we need that flavor to be, if you catch my drift. So listen, hopefully this thing will be addressed. Hopefully Rizzo's not hurt too bad. Like I said, I don't like seeing athletes hurt, but like I said, maybe this is an opportunity where, like I said, his contract's almost up anyway. Pay him, pay LeMahieu, and just go, guys. You guys are not platoon. You know, we're not going to get rid of you. We value what you've done here over the years, but we have to get some people in here that can produce, because we're going for all or nothing this year. We don't know if we can sign Soto. We're going to try our best to sign Soto, but Soto has to want to come back. And if teams start getting crazy with the dollars, is Hal really going to go to $700 million for Soto? If that's what Boris is trying to, you know, not even be more than 700, because Shohei got 700. Boris is going to want more. Like, well, there's inflation. There's this. There's all sorts of shenanigans this guy's going to pull out of his ass. I hate some of these agents. They're the worst. Can't stand some of them. They just pill for the team, and you know, they don't realize that, yes, I understand your player is worth something, and that's awesome. But you know what? Teams, there's only so much money in the well. When you're running a business, you've got other expenses you have to pay as well. It's not just players. There's maintenance of the stadium. There's food costs. There's a ton of costs. There's payroll for the staff, for your corporation. I mean, come on, it's a lot. Maintenance in the parking lot. Can't have a parking lot full of potholes. Need to paint these yellow stripes every year to make sure they're nice and bright. There's cost. Got to fix toilets that everybody come and dump and piss and throw up in when they come to these games, so they get drunk off their ass. Right? Got to clean them out. If I don't, it's going to get nasty and people can get sick and from germs. And there's cost with owning a baseball team or any sports team or any business. So sometimes these agents don't care, and they just go, oh, well, look at the money you can make on this if you get signed this guy. I'm hoping for Soto's no more than 550. I really am. I think if it's 550, Hal will come and go, I'll match it. So we'll see. He turned on 440 2 years ago. So, you know, basically going to get him 100 million more. I don't know. I don't know what the market calls for somebody who doesn't pitch. You know, he's a great athlete. He walks a lot. He gets on base. We don't know. But folks, listen, I just want to say thank you again for watching Sports Geek. I'm your host, Errol Adabadir. I'll be back again next week, or anything pops up with the Yankees. Just want to get on here, let you guys know what's going on. That the Martian got injured. Rizzo's injured. The Yankees lost to Boston. Baltimore's coming in tomorrow. Let's hope that they play Baltimore much better than they played Boston. If we can take 2 out of 4 from Baltimore, or better yet, 3 out of 4, it says something. I'd like to take 3 out of 4. I'd like to do exactly what they did to us early in the year. That's my wish. So with that said, I'll see you guys next week. Talk to you soon. Hit that like and subscribe. Helps out with the algorithm. And I'm out. Have a good night, guys. Bye.